probably more about the reaction of getting Joe Burrow. And, of course,
AJ and T. Higgins on both sides would not be terrible.
Burrow, the Tiger
What's
King
going on,
is
guys?
nailed.
Welcome to another live stream Game Time with Dylan Cattengale. Got on Elton Richardson. We're going to be doing a very relaxed commentary on kind of what we think of picks going through the second round of the draft today. Just going to be following along with the draft. Got it live up here. We're going to be able to look up player stats and some other stuff, so should be
What do you
fun.
think they could be looking at here?
Yeah, we said there's not a tight end off the board yet. Cole Kmet from Notre Dame's a heck of a football player. There are some offensive linemen. Robert Hunt, Louisiana Lafayette, tackle guard, is very versatile and a really good football player. So I think if you try to help out Joe Burrow, you go on the defensive side of the ball. There's a ton of directions they can go, but this team's all about now. Number 9, Joe Burrow, believe me. And I would try to do everything I could if I'm the Bengals.
29 wins without a playoff. 29 seasons without a playoff win is.
Where would you go? You know you have
Yeah,
your franchise
tough.
quarterback. You believe you have your cornerstone tackle. You get A.J. Green, who had that freak injury.
Who do you think they
in
go
the
with
offseason
here?
last summer on
Receiver?
that warm-up
I
field.
think Tia Higgins, or they could also, who I hope not, they go with
What's
Yetur.
the glaring need?
Yeah.
But I think they should go with a receiver like T. Higgins to pair him with AJ
Wide
Green.
receiver Trey. Look,
Yeah.
I don't know if you can count on AJ Green. Look, he's going to try and come back, and we expect.
So who do you think? Okay, we know we're like the first 3 quarterbacks, right? Who do you think they'll be able to start off faster, have more success, like not career-wise, but just sooner?
Who? Out of who?
Like out of the 3 top 2 with Justin and Joe, like who will have get off to their career faster and have a faster success? Not like career, like whole-wise.
Out of quarterbacks, you're saying? I think maybe Herbert, just because he's surrounded by the most talent immediately. You know, he's got Keenan Allen, he's got Williams, he's got Eckler, he's got a decent offensive line. The Bengals are kind of, just not as well equipped on the offensive side of the ball. I'd probably say the same for the Dolphins, so I think it's just going to be easier for Herbert to succeed maybe as a rookie. But
You think they'll be Tyrod out for the starting job, or
they might transition Tyrod out after like a 4 or 5 games kind of thing.
At some point, you're going to have to either beef up the second-level defenders and the linebacker, or maybe a defensive tackle to help Geno Atkins out. That's why I think a guy like Ross Blacklock, somebody up front that can help fortify that run defense, which got gashed time and time again last season.
All right, Daniel Jeremiah from the NFL
3
Network.
minutes
Your
left.
thoughts on the team construct process here. What would you do if you were Cincinnati?
Let's see what we got. No, I agree. I think it's going to be like a T. Higgins situation. You already said it. I don't really, I don't want to say it again, but I agree. I think it's going to be, it's either going to be like Josh Jones, Yetur, or T. Higgins. One of those 3 guys, most likely.
For Joe Burrow, I think they almost have to go offense.
Who do you like more, Jalen or Jacob?
Well, it's interesting. Those names you mentioned, they were both potentially first-round picks here.
I think I have to see more. I like Jalen better, but I need to see more passing, but his running ability.
Yeah, is the real deal. I think he had 20 touchdowns running the ball.
I think he can be. Everyone's saying a backup, but if in the right situation, he could be like if he landed in a Lamar situation, how run QB and all that.
What's up, guys? Go click the link in my Instagram bio to tune into a live coverage of the NFL Draft. Comments by Elton Richardson and myself. We'll break down their picks, do some projected picks, stuff like that. Link in my bio. Yeah, I honestly think that they have to go with something to honestly kind of, what's the word I'm looking for, like hype up Joe Burrow almost. Like give him some protection or like just show him that you care. So maybe that's T. Higgins or whoever it is. I don't know.
Pick his in.
We talked about the speed,
See
how
what we
important
got.
it is in this league. I hear what Booger's saying. They were last in rushing against the defense in rushing, but they were also 30th in scoring. If I give them some more weapons, give them that big
Did
receiver.
the Indiana have a
Everyone was
first-round
talking
pick?
about. We put more points on the board. That's the way we stop you from running the football. We make you play catch up.
I don't know.
They traded to you guys for the.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly right. So there's a lot of ways they could go here. There are a lot of options for the Bengals who are trying to get back to the way they were. Look, I know.
Yeah, let's see. I think it's probably going to be T. If I'm a betting man,
see
I'm
that
just even
void of
surprised to see
playoff
him,
wins,
6'4",
and
lanky,
obviously since they went to their
athletics. I
second
mean, he's
Super Bowl,
elite. I'm
it's
surprised he's still
not
on
a
the
lot
board.
there. But we're talking about a team that has been in the party recent memory, and they quite frankly should have won that wild card game a few years ago against the Pittsburgh Steelers. But then, Vontaze Burfict, and that was all part of it.
Yeah, bad luck. And the injury to Carson Palmer, and as you said, the penalty late when it looked like they had the Steelers beaten. But they have had success in the regular season.
The pick is in, and they are really taking their time with it.
As I talked about with the 414 touchdown passes since 2003, ranks 13th in the NFL. So they have done a decent job with their quarterbacks over the years.
All right, Mel, thanks. So we'll see what happens here. Zach Taylor looks like he's by his lonesome now and is on the phone. That would lead me to believe that potentially...
Here we go. The pick is in. Bengals. My vote is T. Higgins. Let's see what happens.
Okay, let's get this started with the 33rd pick in the 2020 draft.
Right.
The Cincinnati Bengals select T. Higgins. Wide receiver.
And on day 2, Cat is already off to a hot start, and we are 1 for 1 on the board. Yes! Let's keep it going, Elton. We saw that one coming. Adding receiver. I told you that he was going to want to play with Burrow. This is going to be a very, very fun connection to watch. I'm excited to see how this pairs with AJ on the outside, too. Burrow actually has 2 guys he can throw the football to, so let's see what happens. Elton, what are your thoughts? Just give me a little brief kind of thing. Him matched up with Burrow, how you see him using him, and just kind of what you thought on T.
I like the pick just because you have AJ Green on the other side, and now you have another big target for Joe to throw to.
I like it.
So this is the line a little bit, and he was also a Mr.
Whoa!
in Tennessee, Michael, before he
He's getting up on these. Oh my God!
Look at that athleticism. Look at the way he's leaping and dunking that basketball. Remember, I talked about this guy.
He's got good game speed too. I like the way he moves his body out there. Very smooth and effortless.
People talk about his speed, but his knowledge of the game is what makes him so dangerous. Yes, he doesn't have that runaway speed, but he has the body that once he stacks you, you can't come over top of him, and he has that great body control where he can contort his body any kind of way he needs to catch that football. Trey, this is a great pickup. These two will be able to grow together for a long time.
Yeah, Daniel Jeremiah, one of the things that's interesting about T. Higgins, his arms measured 34 1/8 inches at the combine. In the last 10 drafts, there have been 4 wideouts in the first round with long arms that long. They were Mike Evans, Kelvin Benjamin, A.J. Green, and Des Bryant. So we're talking about pretty good company here.
No doubt, and that size is going to show up big time in the red zone, and it's going to show up in 3rd down. And if you want to know if Joe Burrow's excited, Joe Burrow trained in Los Angeles with Jordan Palmer to get ready for this draft. And you know who else he threw to while he was out there? T. Higgins. These guys have already played catch with one another. There's already some familiarity between these two, and he's going to be their red zone weapon for the future with Joe Burrow, Trey.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, there were some people that say he fell off a little bit toward the end of the college football run. He admitted he was facing tougher press coverage. He didn't work out at the combine. He said, look, our season just ended a couple of weeks ago. I was done. That might have been one of the reasons why he was still there. But you cannot fault the production that you saw out of T. Higgins. And motivation comes in many forms. When T. Higgins was a kid, he really didn't like football.
Say that again, Elton.
Said, for every touchdown you score as a 4-year-old, give you a Hot Wheel. He scored a lot of touchdowns.
What do you think the Colts are going to do?
And now he's got some Hot Wheels that he's going to go.
Are they going to protect Phillip Rivers? Because the line is already pretty good.
Yeah, I think
Indianapolis Colts with pick number 34.
Maybe slot receiver.
Yes, indeed.
They might go slot receiver.
I'm
going to go with, I think they go Xavier McKinney, best on board.
Of the second round and how they're going to build around Phillip Rivers.
I think they might just go best on board.
Let's find out right now.
No, it was a good pick. Good pick.
Let's see.
With the 34th pick,
Either him or Pittman, maybe.
NFL draft, the Indianapolis Colts select Michael Pittman.
Fuck him, Dad! Stop playing with me! Alright, 2 for 2. Yeah, not surprised. Let's see it.
here's what you need to know, Michael Pittman.
Michael with a sophomore now at Oregon.
His dad was a
I think he might have a good season next season too. He's gonna be like a player to watch guy.
Part of a Super Bowl championship squad. And take a look at Michael Pittman. He was a runner, Boog, you know better than anybody, that was not afraid of contact and running into people as opposed to running away from people. And Michael Pittman, Mel, plays the position that same way. Listen, he had over 100 catches. Very few people have done that at USC. He goes up and gets the ball.
Yeah, we talked about T. Higgins' catch radius. How about Michael Pittman at 6'4", 220?
I didn't know Michael Pittman would go this early, but it's a good pick for the Colts.
Told you. Well, I told you it was coming. No, I mean, I think he's just a really an elite receiver. He's got good size. He's got good on-field speed. Look at how big he is too. And he's quick. He's agile. I mean, he's legit. I watched a lot of Pac-12 football this year, and I mean, he's just a playmaker too. Like he just
Utah was amazing.
Detroit.
Yeah, I saw that nightmare firsthand, Mel. I saw him play.
What do you think
against
Detroit's
Colorado
gonna
in
do?
Boulder just this past winter, and him and Laviska Shenault is absolutely
Probably another defensive guy. I hope it's not Yetur, but it may
and
be.
Michael Pittman was uncoverable in that game, and he caught the full array of routes. The short
The
pass
Colts could be
game, the
fun to
slants,
watch though.
the
Michael
hitches,
Pittman,
the
Marlon
runs,
Mack,
he caught the
T.Y.
ball in the
Hilton,
middle. He caught
good
the
offensive
ball down the
line.
sideline, the back shoulder.
Yeah, I think he's like a very good fit guy too, because he's like a really good team guy. The Colts are all about like team. So
Yeah, Paris Campbell too.
His
Yeah.
game against Utah was the most impressive.
I think
game by
Phillip
wide
might get
receiver I saw this year.
reinvigorated
He
out
won
there.
that game by himself, 10 catches, 232 yards, and a touchdown. They couldn't stop him. When I talked to Brian Kelly, head coach at Notre Dame, he said, "Look, I watched that film, and we said we might lose to USC. We're not going to lose to Michael Pittman." They doubled him that entire game, kept the safety over the top. That's the kind of respect he got from opposing coaches. I love this pick for the Colts.
Yeah, and one thing you need to know about Michael Pittman, he will overcome adversity, as we see the Lions now on the clock with Matt Patricia and his
Matt
son.
Patricia always
He's dealt
has
with
the
a
pencil
lifelong
on his ear.
stutter, and he says, I'm not embarrassed by it. It's
He's a
something
fool,
that
yeah.
defines me and who I am, and I've been working really hard to make it better. So congratulations to Michael Pittman. Second straight year, by the way, the Colts have had a receiver go in the second round. They took Paris Campbell out of Ohio State last year in the second round.
What other
Matt
coach is a
Patricia,
former
the
Belichick
Lions are
guy?
on the
I
board.
forget.
Who?
Right now trying to figure out what to do with
Who else is like a
the second round.
Belichick guy that's not a head coach? Because I know he has more than just an
Isn't
athletic-
McDaniels or whatever his name?
But he's still an offensive coordinator for him.
Okay.
They might take a look at
Vrabel?
General Manager Bob Quinn, the executive vice president and general manager, if we're getting
At
specific.
Tennessee.
Because McDaniels has like for the past few seasons has been rumored he was going to get a head coaching job, but he always stays.
Yeah, they need pass rush, Trey. They need somebody who can really get after the passer up the middle or on the edge. So now you're talking about Booger's guys. You're talking about Matabwikwe, Blacklock. Those are the kind of guys that they have to consider right now. Guys who can play the three technique on the outside shade of the guard and see if they can get some penetration upfield, because they have just been one of the worst teams in the NFL at getting and generating pressure on the passer, and you need that to win in the NFL.
Yeah, that has certainly been an issue, and they've sheltered people in and out. Now, they were pretty active in free agency, getting a lot of former Patriots, much in the same way that Brian Flores and the Dolphins also got.
Go offense, don't go Yetur, don't go Yetur.
But this is a big year for Matt Patricia.
If they go offense, what do you
Ownership
think they
has
do?
basically said,
Let's
we need
talk.
to win, and we need to win now. And
I don't
sometimes,
know.
Instead of
This is
those,
a tough one for
sturdy
me. I don't know
blockers
either.
And pluggers you're talking about on the defense line, they go for a flash
Oh,
on the
wow.
offensive side. So we'll see how Matt
If I'm
Patricia and
guessing,
company
maybe
want to
Shaman
go.
out of Colorado,
Ladies
but
and
I don't
gentlemen,
know.
The pick is in. Let's find out where the
Wow, this is a
Lions are
surprise
going.
pick.
Third pick in the second round.
Let's see. Don't tell me. Let's see.
With the 35th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select DeAndre Swift,
Okay.
running back, Georgia.
Okay, this is an interesting pick here because DeAndre Swift is a guy who can do a lot of things out of the backfield. He waited his time at Georgia behind a lot of good runners.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good pick this early,
Yeah,
maybe.
no, but I was waiting to Yetur. Look at his dad hitting the waist.
Dude, here's the thing, though. Swift is very, very, very
His high
legit.
school coach have to say about him?
Like,
He said, God got up one morning.
oh
and
yeah, I
decided to make
see. Yeah,
a great
you're right.
running back,
He'd really
and
be
then he
hitting
gave
them
him a great
weights.
name. And that's his dad, Darren Swift.
Oh, he's only 5'8". I didn't know he was
Old
like that.
man strength, He is.
Now here's the thing,
He runs
DeAndre's,
a gym called
I think, the
Premium
best running
Training
back in this
Swift
draft.
in Philadelphia.
Yeah, because he was that back there with Sony Michelle, right? That Georgia Tampa.
You gotta take down his dad.
Yeah. And what's his name? Chubb? Right?
Yeah, wait, Chubb.
This guy
Yeah, so I think it was Chubb and Michelle the year that
Yeah,
they went
yeah,
to the
yeah.
I remember watching that, and that was one of the best Rose Bowl games ever.
And burst through the line of scrimmage, but make no
He's
mistake
explosive.
about it.
If they really had high,
When he does passes in the passing game,
value on him, I don't think
running
this is a
back
terrible
understands how
pick.
to
Second
run
round
the
running
angle
back,
route, how to get
day
out
one
and set
starter.
up screens and
I think
do
he's,
things in the passing game. You
could
pair
be
him
a
with Kerryon Johnson, who they
900
already have
yards in
in
his
Detroit.
first season
Now
kind of
they have
guy.
a 1-2 punch, a pounder, and a third down
Jason
back that can also
Garrett,
run the
new
football
offensive
and do it
coordinator
all
for the
well. I
Giants.
love this pick for the Lions and DeAndre Swift.
Matthew Stafford, Boog's going to love DeAndre Swift. I watched him against Florida, stone a linebacker in a pass rush situation, coming up the middle, allowed Jake Fromm to complete a key third down pass to tight end Charlie Werner in the second quarter of that game. You see his running
I really thought the Lions would have won defense there, but
as I said, a complete running back when you talk about blocking.
the Giants, they needed an edge rusher. That's bad.
He will work hard to improve in all areas. This kid is a kid who loves to play the game, and he only had
Who's top edge rushers on the board right now?
carries at Georgia. Remember, Elijah Holmes
Floyd.
was a 1,000-yard rusher 2 years ago. 440 carries. Jonathan Taylor had 926 career carries. Not much tread on those tires coming into the NFL to the Detroit Lions.
I know
DeAndre
Floyd.
Swift,
Let me
right?
look at the big board on the.
I think they could potentially take a Zach Braun out of Wisconsin. Did he get taken?
In each of the 21 seasons since Barry Sanders retired. That's why the Quins are happy. They think they're finally going to turn that streak around. The draft is just getting started tonight.
Utah is the best prospect available. Xavier McKinney,
At Domino's, we think you and your oven could use
Oh,
a
wow.
break.
Okay.
Ours are running at 450 degrees, and your pizza stays untouched from here to your table. Use contactless carryout to get 3-topping pizzas on any of Domino's 5 crusts for just $7.99 each.
Michigan guy or Josh Hughes?
Josh who?
Hughes?
note to say
Yeah, I haven't scouted him very tough though.
The world and how we interact with each other is changing, but that will never change who we are at Lexus.
I'm gonna step away for just a sec. I'll
more
be
than
back.
ever, you and your needs come first.
Find out what service options are available in your area at lexus.com/people first.
Looks like they picked the wrong getaway driver.
They'll be paying for this for a long time.
They will, but with accident forgiveness. Allstate won't raise your rates just because of an accident, even if it's your fault.
Cut! Sonny.
So good?
Line. The desert never lies.
Isn't that what I said?
No, you were talking about Allstate and insurance.
I just...
Let's try again. Everybody back to one.
Accident forgiveness from Allstate. Click or call for a quote today.
I've always had a problem with sweaty hands. My feet were so sweaty. The general sports bra area.
My upper lip and my forehead.
It was just stressful.
It's really been a tremendous struggle.
We don't just sweat under the arms. So we created the Carpe line of sweat management products for all over the body.
I haven't had sweaty hands in 2 years since I started using Carpe.
Honestly, just completely changed my life.
Avoid expensive treatments, injections, and prescriptions. For a limited time, get 20% off and free shipping with code SPRING20 at mycarpe.com.
These folks, they don't have time to go to the post office. They have businesses to grow, customers to care for, lives to get home to. They use Stamps.com. Print discounted postage for any letter, any package, anytime, right from your computer. All the amazing services of the post office, only cheaper. Get our special TV offer, a 4-week trial plus postage and a digital scale. Go to Stamps.com/try and never go to the post office again.
The 2020 NFL Draft is presented by Lowe's, the official home improvement sponsor of the NFL. And in part by Pizza Hut. Order today at pizzahut.com.
All right, welcome back. The Giants are on the clock. There you see Dave Gettleman. For those wondering why he's wearing the mask when he's up in his attic, remember, he is recovering from lymphoma, so he's at much higher risk, so he needs to take extra precautions. There we see Joe Judge. Do we see Abby the dog? Is Abby in there? We'll find out. We'll see what happens there. But before we announce the next selection, we have some very special guests that we'd like to introduce to you. Please join me in welcoming members of the 104th Military Battalion of the New York National Guard. Among them is Specialist Christopher Smith, and we're honored to have them introduce the pick.
Thanks for having us. We are here at the Javits Center assisting with the Javits New York Medical Station, providing medical support to the residents of the metro area during the COVID-19 epidemic. We are proud to be here today, and thank you for inviting us to be a part of the New York Giants announcement. We love you, New York. Go Giants!
New York Giants select. Thank you, Specialist Smith. And thank you to all our service members, both here and around the world. We cannot thank you enough for what you do.
Zach Braun is my guess. Damn.
Thank you.
Don't blow it. I'm on a little bit of a delay.
36th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Xavier McKinney, defensive
Good
back,
pick.
Alabama.
Best available player on the board. Really
Which
good
means
pick.
it's time for another tattoo for Xavier McKinney. He has been doing that since he was 6 years old. He's got Marvin the Martian, the Minions. He's got a bunch of things on there. Now he's going to have a New York Giants logo as well. No surprise, we're starting to see these safeties come off the board. We talked about the tattoos. He's been tattooing players on the field. DJ, he didn't run as well as a lot of people thought he would.
He's an animal. I'm not
He was
surprised with
suffering
this
from
pick at
cramps,
all.
But this is a guy who made plays for Nick Saban on the back end.
Yeah, this is the best safety in the draft, and I think the Giants benefited from the fact that Xavier McKinney did not get a pro day to clean that 40 time up. This is a first-round player who can play as a high safety. You can drop him down in the box. He's got outstanding instincts. He also has the ability to find and play the football. And Lewis, what I love most about him is they had so many injuries at the linebacker position. They're able to drop him down in that nickel linebacker role, and he was able to communicate everything for their front. So you know you're getting a very smart, heady football player for the Giants.
Exactly, DJ. You know, that position that you're talking about, that nickel linebacker position, is called the money position. The money backer that lines up over tight ends and covers backs, and he can play the star position too, which is a true nickel position. You're right, he has tremendous eyes, tremendous ability to key and diagnose plays. His play entry angles are always good, always sound. He will drop the hammer on you, and the thing that makes him so good is then you can put him back.
You think they go with a Q?
Off the hash, play in the middle of the field. He's the
No, I don't
package.
think so.
The Giants nailed this pick.
Well, remember, they had success with Landon Collins in the second round a few years ago.
I love that Bill Belichick has his dog sitting up
A
there.
canine resemblance for Bill Belichick, the Patriots head coach, and Nick Caserio, the director of player personnel. The Patriots are finally participating in the draft process. Let's see where they go.
With the
Here we
37th
go.
pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Kyle Duggar, defensive back, Lenore Ryan.
He's really good. Super good combine.
It's the first time an NFL team has selected a Division II safety in the first 3 rounds since the Bears took Daniel Manning out of Abilene Christian, 42nd overall in 2006. This is a
Yeah.
guy who just sort of slipped through the cracks and spent 6
I was
years in
actually.
college. But his mother, Kimberly, was a former
I
basketball
wouldn't have
star
been
at Fort
surprised if
Valley
the
State,
Niners would have stayed at
inducted
31
into
and
their
taken him.
Athletic Hall of Fame in 2009. His brother Patrick played basketball at LaGrange College in Georgia from 2012-14. Kyler played basketball at Whitewater High School of Georgia, just like his brother and mother did. And then, of course, at Lenore Ryan, Mel, this guy was a freak show. You just don't see his kind of athleticism at this level.
Dominant player at a lower level of competition, as was Jeremy Chin coming out of Southern Illinois, who could be a pick coming up in the 2nd or 3rd round. Kyle Duggar did it a variety of ways with that kind of linebacker size, 6'1", nearly 220 pounds. In the return game, he was outstanding as well, phenomenal. 6 punt return touchdowns in his career, 10 career interceptions. At that level, to be a high NFL draft pick, you got to jump off the tape. You got to be a guy who's a stick-out performer, special teams, on the back end in that secondary. Kyle Duggar was throughout his career.
Topic, but Kanye West is officially a billionaire.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Simply put, Mel, he was a playmaker. He's a guy that can come down and
That Adidas shoe deal really did him right.
His Yeezy shoes generate over $1 billion
He's a
alone.
guy from a playmaking standpoint.
That's-
He's
yeah.
always going to be around the ball. You can insert him down. He's going to make sure that if you need to play on your defense, he can make the play, Trey.
All right, thanks very much. The next pick is in. Let's go to the commissioner.
With the 38th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Yetur Gross-Matos, defensive end, Penn State.
All right, Yetur Gross-Matos led the team at Penn State with 9.5
Great
sacks and
pick for
15
him.
tackles for
Terrible
loss.
for me, but
He was a
hey.
first-team All-Big Ten selection by the
This is a
coaches
good.
and the
This is a
media.
good pick
But the
too.
things that
He was
has
one
had
of the
to deal
better
with
players
in that
available on the
very,
board.
Derek
very
Brown?
start, young
What?
start in his life is
Didn't they pick the D tackle out of Auburn?
17 shoe, by the way. By
Oh,
the
I think
age
they
of
might have.
15,
You're right.
you see
Didn't they
those
take?
tattoos
No.
on his arm.
Yeah. Did they
When
take
Yetur
Derek Brown?
Gross-Matos was 2 years old.
Think
He and his
so.
brother Michael were in a boating
Yeah, they
accident.
must really be trying to
Michael
bolster
made
that
sure
lineup.
Peter was
Yeah,
saved,
D
and
line.
then he drowned. And then just a few years after that, on a Little League game in June of 2009, lightning struck and killed his brother Kalal. He was only 12 years old. And as you saw, he has tattoos on his chest and his left bicep to represent who he plays
Lightning killed his
for his
brother.
late father and his
Baseball.
brother. In fact, Lewis, in
Terrible.
one of his first games at Penn State, he got a half sack in the game and the skies opened up and he felt like that was his family watching him. What are they getting in Carolina in this player?
They're getting a strong, physical individual.
Odds
that
of
they're
getting
gonna pair
struck
with
by
Derrick
lightning.
Brown, and now they're going to bring the pain to everybody in the NFC
Man,
South.
this guy's
I can guarantee you that.
aggressive.
He's a guy who really just plays heavy-handed.
Yeah,
at the
real
point of
good
attack.
standout,
And he also
junior
has
year.
slippery pass rush ability.
Yeah.
He's not the fastest, and he's not the most powerful, but he's a great combination of both. He utilizes good hand use. He
I was looking at some of the analysts, what they were saying about today's draft, and they said this is that second round in over 25 years.
This second round's about. This whole draft class is
I really
so
like the
good.
pick, especially when you pair it with Derrick Brown and you see what Matt Rule's trying to do, Booger.
Yeah, without a doubt, Lewis. Not only Derrick Brown, but think about Brian Burns, who's going to play that right end position coming off the edge. A guy like Gross-Matos, you can put him in the left end. He has strong hands. He can play over the tight end. You pair him with Derrick Brown and Brian Burns, you can see Matt Rule and Carolina starting to build a very formidable defensive line.
Listen, the rule restoration is underway in Carolina. Why did they take 2 defensive players in the first 2 picks, and why are the kids so happy? They allowed 29.4 points per game last year. That's the worst in team history. Everybody's happy now as they're going defense in Carolina.
You're watching the 2020 NFL Draft, presented by Lowe's.